one, time to get into it. All the time. Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. Got that bucket in no time at all.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
First team foul.
Puts it up off the inbound, and Towns gets it to go.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
The offensive rebound.
Boy, gentlemen, you just love to see that aggressiveness. He's not afraid to get after it.
And Towns throws it down.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And Doris, what a breakout for the guard, Jalen Brunson, these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Tom Thibodeau had a few minutes to share. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. And here is Holmgren. After Jalen Brunson getting his shot to go from deep. It's Hart on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. Anunoby has the open look. And another 3 for New York.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
And they pick up 2.
And looking to get stronger, Holmgren fights through the bump. Tons of time for him to grow into that frame.
With the floater, and Towns lays it in. Towns has got 6.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Williams with the steal. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Hits it from three-point range.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide-open 3.
Here's Brunson. The shot missing. Williams with the defensive effort. Thunder trailing by 7. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against Robinson. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes.
He's looking for Hartenstein and finds him. The shake. He takes it up and lays it in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Brunson. Here's Hart. New York missing again. Thunder trailing by 5. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
Hart the pass to Towns, and Towns throws it down.
You call that moving with intent and purpose, the big-time finish by Carl Anthony.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. From past the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off George. .46 seconds left in the first quarter. The kick out to Anunoby. Brunson outside. Shot clock at 5. Here's Towns. Outside for Robinson. And again, New York turns it over.
You know, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
Thunder trailing by 4. Holmgren the pass to Dort. Now Hartenstein. Pass to Holmgren. And he's good on the 3-ball. Holmgren's got 5 points so far.
And playing up-tempo, pro-level ball can be hard for some guys, but Holmgren has easily made the transition.
It's been all about Carl Anthony Towns for New York. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Knicks.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
They've got a Chua. Miles McBride out there with Wright. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Akporti in at the center position. They're the group. New York will start the second one. This is his first free throw of the game. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year? I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Taken away by Williams. Mitchell against Wright. Mitchell looking it over. Mitchell sets the screen for Caruso. And he drives in. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Joe. Now here's Caruso. Guarded by Tucker. They grab their own miss. Mitchell against Wright. Clock at 6. Got a piece of it. Williams. And Williams with the stuff.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Thunder take it one step at a time. All-star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I think we all stay in the moment, and that's why we've been able to get better. Attack the day, the program in front of us. We all have the right intentions and want to win at the end of the day. Kevin?
Love that attitude, growing by leaps and bounds. Thank you, David. And Tucker has it in the corner. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut to just one on the basket from Wright.
Well, DeLon Wright proving that he is more than capable of finishing with contact. That is well done.
Williams, a screen on Wright. The shot by Mitchell, no good. New York's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Akporti, shot's good. And the Knicks lead by 1.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Driving in, pass to Achua. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple. Achua's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
A wide open look here for Caruso. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Caruso's got the game tied up here for the Thunder.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Mitchell. First personal foul. Third team foul.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's McBride. That three off the mark. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. It's deflected. Achua with it. Williams picks him up. McBride, good on the three-point shot. McBride's got his first 3 points of the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Mitchell finds Joe. A three ball. The rebound by McBride.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I just love the activity, a fireball of energy. Tucker earning himself a trip to the stripe.
P.J. Tucker at the line.
Both free throws good from Tucker. We've got 1:18 left in the first half of the game. Joe passes to Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time.
First personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Thunder now. It's a 3-point game. Mitchell dishes to Williams. Here's Caruso.
Well, physical on-ball defense, something we come to expect every night from Tucker.
Here's Wright, and it's sent back by Mitchell. Pass to Caruso. Back to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. His shot is good. Scores his third basket in 6 tries. Shooting 50%. Stolen by Mitchell. Oklahoma City shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
Second team foul.
And that one misses.
Mitchell at the line. 2 shots.
So he comes up empty at the line.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
To the inside. Over in the corner, McBride. With 1 on the clock. It's a tie game in New York. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low. Just great work.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. Anunoby right side. Pass to Towns. And Towns throws it down.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
The Thunder leading by 4. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple of seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Yeah, this guy is exceptional from the charity stripe. You want a guy like Karl Anthony Towns who can knock these down as a big.
And Towns drops them both. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Pass to Hartenstein, stolen by Brunson.
You know, anticipation is a huge part of defense, and he played it perfectly right there.
Williams against Anunoby. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Team foul.
Brunson finds Robinson. Towns down low. Working on Holmgren. Offensive rebound. Hart wide open. He fires. Lets the 3 fly. Cans it from downtown. Hart's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot it when given the opportunity.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
Second team foul.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Now here's Holmgren from the arc. The Thunder with another miss. New York's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13.
Now that Towns is rolling, boy, you just deliver the ball on time and on target, he will do the rest.
Dort with the ball. Brunson picks him up. Guys, what a back-and-forth game this has been.
And that's already resulted in 7 lead changes.
Brunson against Dort. Three-pointer. Anunoby outside. Back to Robinson. 6 to shoot. On the wing, Anunoby. On deep, Brunson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Lou Dort makes his bones at the defensive end. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander says, I always try to test myself against him in practice because he's the best of the best. Coach Mark Dagnall said, I look at him more like he's an artist. We can shift him anywhere. There's no one he can't guard. Kevin?
David, he is a beast. Wow, thank you for the report. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Gilgeous-Alexander takes it off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 points here in the second half. Dort against Brunson. Now, here's Hart. He's guarded closely. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander shows you he's not afraid to draw contact now. Gets to the free throw line.
So New York ends up going with the new group. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Chet Holmgren. Alex Caruso is checked in for Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Dort. Mitchell, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to McBride. Back to Achua. Here's McBride. For the three. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Joe. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Joe's got the lead up to 8 now for the Thunder.
Yeah, a lot of coaches might let you hear it for taking the three-pointer on the break, but I like the decision there. The D had already collapsed inside.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And you know what? They've been on a nice run here, had the ability to widen the gap. Now they are rolling.
This is a dominant stretch. I am so impressed with how they played the game.
And so it's Oklahoma City holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. DeJuan Wright is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Achua. And it's Okporti in at the center. That's the 5 for New York right now. Knocked loose, out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it.
New York ball.
Here's McBride, and it's denied. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that one, good. Wright's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You have to account for DeJuan Wright at the cup. This guy has good size at his position.
And here's Mitchell from the arc. The shot will not fall. Knicks trail by 11. And here's Tucker. McBride passes to Wright. Back to McBride. The shot from the low post is good.
If you're DeJuan Wright, you've got to be willing to set your teammates up. What a pass. On time, on target.
50.
The kick out to Williams. Pass to Caruso. Joe with it. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Here's Wright. Up and in on the layup.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
I'll tell you, we have seen great execution from both teams. Neither one giving an inch here.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there.
Substitution on the court.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Towns against Holmgren. Here's Wright. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Dort wide open. And the Thunder another 3.
Being ready on the catch, such an important skill, and Lou Dort's confidence really starting to grow.
Anunoby with the screen for Wright. Shoots a 3. The Thunder pull it in. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's the teardrop. And Gilgeous-Alexander with the layup. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, and you know what's going to happen, there are going to be points put on the board.
Dort finds Williams. Back to Dort. The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Anunoby. Here's Hart. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, that's about being opportunistic. OG Anunoby so good at anticipating when he can jump and get a steal.
Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a three. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. And the Thunder lead by 16.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Thunder.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but they really kept the ball under control.
They were both focused and relentless.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
New York has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Up top, Hart. Back to Anunoby. Outside, Towns. The kick out to Anunoby. And Anunoby slams it in. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. They lead by 11. Pass to Hartenstein. 26 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
I think it's safe to call this one a wrap.
Well, it's been a hard-fought battle through much of the night. They just missed out on a couple of opportunities they'd love to do over.
Holmgren wide open. The good-looking shot from the wing. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, G, a pretty...
Here we go. It'll be the Knicks off the tip. Looking at the starting five for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And there's the foul. It'll go on Julius Randle. That's his first foul of the game. Right, the pass to Achua. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Anunoby from behind the arc. McDaniels with the rebound. And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit. But size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Anunoby for 3. Offensive board. Back to right. Tries again. Going inside. And it's good on the layup.
Now, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
DiVincenzo. And that one's good.
Well, he's got no problems getting inside if there's that kind of room available. Dante with 2.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated. Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Out to the wing. Randle finds DiVincenzo. Reid, a screen on right. Outside Reid. Pass to Edwards. Stolen by Anunoby. And he bangs it home with one hand.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And they're on the break. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
And he's battling for everything, doing all he can to help extend their lead.
Just throwing down the putback with authority.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Here's Edwards. The Knicks making their last shot. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. And now the Knicks on the break. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And just so great to see a big man busted up the court like Towns here. I mean, getting into position for the points on the move, wow, incredible.
And here's Edwards outside. Drains the triple.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Towns down low. Reed defending. And there's Towns on the assist by Wright. Towns has got 6.
And he is a force in the paint. Towns is such a huge presence inside for them.
DiVincenzo, pass to McDaniels. DiVincenzo against Wright. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Edwards. Oh, it's blocked by Towns.
The wingspan of Towns in action, allowing him to get on the ball.
Knicks leading by 6. Wright, the pass to Anunoby. Hey, from beyond the arc. Wright with the bucket. He's got 5. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Edwards, no good. For New York, they've gotten 7 of their 10 shots to fall. Wright, the pass to Achua. Back to Wright. To the middle. DiVincenzo with a steal. Outside Reed. McDaniels, a screen on Towns. Reed. And it's New York with a rebound.
Okay. Better than giving up the layup, you want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And Minnesota has possession after the basket by New York on the other end. And now the Knicks on the break from deep three-point land. Randall pulls down the board. Inside. A slam dunk by Reed.
And how about Edwards keeping his head up and spotting the open man?
Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
From the high post. They grab their own miss. Here's Achua. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the New York Knicks with a... Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for New York.
They've made an effort to get out and run, using their speed in transition and scoring before the defense can get set.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Jalen Brunson is out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Mikal Bridges. Then there's P.J. Tucker. And it's Robinson in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for New York right now. Now here's Brunson. Back to McBride. To the inside. It's Brunson working inside. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Graham.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Gobert using his size to his advantage.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Bridges outside. The 3. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Bridges has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Here's Shannon. Tried to come right back with a three of his own, but it's no good. New York leading by 12. Fires the three. Miller pulls it in. Pass to Alexander Walker. Nails it from three.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
When the Knicks are having a good season, it is amazing how excited their fans get, Rick.
Well, it's been generations, BA, that have been salivating for this franchise to get back to its winning ways. The last championship came in 1973, so as a fan, you can't help but get fired up when there's a chance at a title run.
Kept alive, Gobert. Oh, Robinson with a block.
Well, the ferociousness that Robinson can have around the rim is impressive.
Back to Brunson. Oh, got a piece of it. And stolen by Gobert. Here's Shannon. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Jalen Brunson picks one up. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And so he makes both from the line. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Brunson. Wow, Brunson so quick down the lane.
What a good burst from Brunson just to get by the initial defense.
Here's Shannon. Brunson defending. And Shannon gets it to go. Knicks leading by 9. They set the pick. Bridges outside. Outside McBride. Three-pointer. The kick out to Brunson. Oh, Brunson with the triple.
Totally in rhythm right now. The moment Brunson has the ball in his hands, right into that shot.
Here's Shannon. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 4 rebounds now. There's the three. And the Knicks, another three.
Tucker can knock down the long-range 3 ball. You just can't give him that much room to settle in.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Shot from the wing. The shot misses.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
A nice shot by McBride.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Brunson. Out to Bridges. Fires from deep. Yes. And a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, canning it from the corner isn't as easy as Bridges made it look that time.
Here's Shannon. The three is up. The Knicks pull it in. Robinson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Brunson. The shot's good. Brunson's got 9 points in the quarter.
Well, Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
Clark right side. Back to Alexander Walker. With 2 seconds left. And he lays it up and in. Alexander Walker's got 5 now. It's been all about Jalen Brunson for the Knicks. Moving the rock and looking for a shot. Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You look at Jalen Brunson in this game, he's been everywhere.
Hey, we didn't expect this. Not normally a big-time assist maker, he's done a great job moving the ball around.
You can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Kicking off the second.
Are you kidding me? Wow, amazing! Man. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Wow. You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Edwards looking for an opening. Lets it go from deep. The Knicks with the rebound. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's Achua. Achua with the dunk.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there. It's Reed with a drive. A slam dunk by Reed.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Towns is screen on DiVincenzo. Here he goes. Kicks it out, Towns. The three ball. And the three-pointer goes. Towns has got 11 points.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And it's good for two.
And just working his way inside, keeping Edwards out of the paint is not an easy task.
Here's Towns. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Towns, a screen on McDaniels. Anunoby on the take. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, well, he settled for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Reed, good.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Towns passes to Anunoby. Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Ooh, basket interference.
Offensive basket interference.
Timberwolves trail by 16. Reed, a screen on Achua. Here's Randle. And it's Randle with the jam.
Oh, that's nuts. Randle getting up there, turning a little bit, and putting on a bit of a show here.
A new lineup here for New York. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
You know, a reliable veteran like Julius Randle is so valuable. He provides a foundation for everyone else to play off of because they know he'll be there to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Here's Brunson. 9 points in the game. Here's Tucker. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 5 assists in the game.
Tucker just reading the defense, finding the space, and knocking down a jumper.
Outside McBride. Drives to the hoop. Down low. Robinson. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
New York shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in this game.
A lot of people like Mitchell Robinson because he does what he's told to do, and that is stay in the lane. It's where he does a lot of damage, both defensively and offensively.
Outside, Alexander Walker. No good with the triple.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And Tucker gets it to go.
Good positioning inside from P.J. Tucker and just going to work.
Timberwolves trail by 19. Pass to Shannon. We've got 1:13 left in the third. Chalk up 2 there. New York has gone 2 for 2 from deep here in the third. Here's Robinson. Into the lane. Up and in on the layup. And the Knicks lead by 19.
The momentum that Robinson had on that drive, he just comes crashing through the defense.
To the right side. And here's Clark for three. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Right side, Brunson. Back to Bridges. Five to shoot. From outside the arc. Outside McBride. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
And that's Mitchell Robinson's attitude. Anywhere around the rim, he's going to rock it.
Here's Gobert. And he drives in. Oh, Robinson with a block. Now here's McBride. Guarded closely. Here's Brunson outside. No luck on that one. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. A new lineup here for New York. Josh Hart is out there with Achua. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Anunoby in at the 2. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. They push it up 4 on 3. And here's Edwards outside. He drops it from range.
And this is how confident Edwards is. Feels like he can sink these shots whenever he wants.
Wright, the pass to Achua. Takes the assist and lays it in. Nice setup.
And when you've got your opponent down, you don't want to take your foot off the pedal.
This is what great players try to do. They're not allowing the opposition to gain any kind of hope to try and get back in the game. That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Outside Hart. Launches it. Edwards pulls it in. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 15-point game. Now it's Hart. Outside Anunoby. There's the triple. The shot no good. Minnesota has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. McDaniels from long range. Sinks the tray. McDaniels got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Towns for 3, and count it. Now 5 for 7.
There's a 3 for Towns, countering the 3 they just gave up.
Edwards, a pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Reed. Outside McDaniels. Reed, a screen on Hart. Back to Reed. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Knicks leading by 13. Right outside. He shoots a 3. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. And the foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Stolen by Anunoby. It's Hart on the wing. Towns passes to Hart. Kicks it out, Towns. Left side Achua. Pass to Anunoby. And the jumper is on the mark. And the Knicks lead by 15. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Right side Reed. It's Edwards on the wing. Anunoby covering, and down it goes. 2 points. Edwards has got 9 points now in the second half. Knicks leading by 13. Right, the pass to Anunoby. Drills it from deep.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreaking.
Achua finds Towns. And now the T-Wolves on the break. McDaniels from long range. Another shot. Here's Reed. Outside for Randall. It's Edwards on the wing. Back to Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Well, Randall can get up there with the best of them. It's a quick move.
New York has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. Wright, the pass to Hart. Back to Wright. Anunoby on the wing. McDaniels with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now. They trail by 14.
And there's no way this margin gets closed down. Great execution of a game plan and a nice win here for the Knicks.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Karl Anthony Towns.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
And it's Towns with the power finish.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
Here's Wright, outside Achua. Randall with a steal.
Anthony Edwards.
Here's Towns. It's off. And so New York takes this one by a big... All right, Allie, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our...
of squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And it's good for 2. Reed's got the game going here with the first basket for the Timberwolves.
Love the pass there from Gobert. Always nice when your big man feeds his teammates.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Edwards. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on George.
He's built like a linebacker, Edwards is. So tough to stop.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
It's stolen by Dort.
And you want to use the whole court, but you got to be careful with the long passes. Those are easier to pick off.
And now Minnesota on the fast break, and Edwards with the stuff.
Talk about a guy who runs the floor. Edwards gets down there on the fast break so quickly.
Holmgren can't hit. The Timberwolves have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. Nobody near Williams. It's good from long range.
Well, Dort makes the smart play there. He spots a wide-open shooter and just gets him the ball.
To the left wing, and the wide-open shot from Reed, and they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And this is the kind of fire Gilgeous-Alexander plays with. How about the response there?
Right wing. Reed the pass to Gobert. Back to Edwards. 6 on the shot clock. With the drive. Missed inside.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Williams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Here we are sizing up GA. Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, GA?
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. And plenty of cut. And here we go with the coach's challenge. A surprise in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
The original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Good on both.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Pass to Edwards. Stolen by Dort. Williams for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Williams has got 8 points.
Yeah, way back when I started coaching, you never wanted a three-pointer on a fast break. Now, it's the shot teams are looking for.
Edwards finds Reed. The layup missed. Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 13-3 run. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Edwards. Here's DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Second shot opportunity. Outside Edwards. Shot clock at 6. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, once Edwards saw his opening, it was game over. He delights in sticking it to you like this.
He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. He's got 10.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Gobert. Here's McDaniels. Now Edwards. 8 points for him. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots from 12. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on the... And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving.
We've got Williams. Isaiah Joe is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Williams. And it's Caruso in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Now, here's Ingles. Drives to the hoop. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Caruso kicks to Williams. Caruso against Ingles. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Here's Joe. Fires the 3. Down the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, you know, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
First team foul.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. Launches it. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Joe's got a pair of triples in the second now for Oklahoma City. Caruso against Ingles. Pass to Caruso. This one for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Caruso's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Shannon. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
Assisted by
Shannon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Joe can't get it to go. Timberwolves trail by 3. Pass to Alexander Walker. And here is Ingles. To the middle, deflects the pass. Randall passes to Shannon. Randall against Williams. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Mitchell kicks to Caruso. And Mitchell gets it to go. Mitchell's got his first basket.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Williams with the block. Out of bounds. Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession. There's 1:47 left in the first half. Here's Alexander Walker. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
And defensively, that's just not going to cut it.
Mitchell outside. Back to Caruso. Pass to Mitchell. Off with the layup. Timberwolves trail by 3. On the wing, Ingles. .109 left in the first half of basketball. Good work there as it goes. Ingles has got 6 here in this quarter. Oklahoma City's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Here's Caruso. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And the 3 ball is good. Mitchell's got 5 now.
Hey guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Picked by Randall. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Caruso looking for an opening. Kicks it out to Mitchell. No good on the 3.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet. Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Thunder up by 2. And for 2K Sports, we'll be back here at Paycom Center right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
So on the floor for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Rudy Gobert is out there with Naz Reid. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
You challenge a player on a layup, that's what you want. Getting a stop without a foul. The defense wins that battle.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Edwards passes to McDaniels. Now here's DiVincenzo. For 3, Edwards connects from three-point range. Edwards got 14 points.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And with an update from the sidelines, Let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniel says, we don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough. Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire these guys up.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Williams kicks to Holmgren. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Here he goes, and he goes in for the dunk.
How about that? Flying high to send that one down. And you know what? When you've got the athleticism and explosion of a player like that, bigger guys are still at your mercy. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
McDaniels against Holmgren.
Whoa, the solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Edwards looking it over. Edwards shooting fearlessly from the arc.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Dan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster. And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Mitchell finds Caruso. On the wing, Williams, covered by Miller. Mitchell looking it over. 6 to shoot. A 3. That shot off.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Miller. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Randall. Miller with the ball. Timberwolves passing it around. Tries again with 1 on the clock. Count that bucket. Miller's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
Mitchell right side. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Thunder have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Both good from the line that time. That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Here's DiVincenzo. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Edwards. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder leading by 3. An even 3-on-3 break. Pass to Hartenstein. Tipped away. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's McDaniels. And finished off by McDaniels.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a bounce.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Back to DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo with the screen for Edwards. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Just 5 on the clock. McDaniels, a screen on Holmgren. Edwards can't hit.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. The Thunder with the lead. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. And Reed throws it down.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
How about the floor awareness by Gilgeous-Alexander? Solid at just spotting his open teammate.
Oh, here comes Williams all alone. He had a nice open look right there. Now it's a 7-point Oklahoma City lead. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And boy, it just seems like they are blocking everything. All throughout this game, they have just wreaked havoc defensively.
Holmgren can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 4. Fast break, Minnesota. Gobert finds Edwards. Back to Gobert. Crafty move. And he lays it up and in. Gobert's got his first 2 points.
It's Gobert showing some guts on that one. With that length, a good man can get off a good look in that crucial moment.
To the left side wing. A wide open look here for Hartenstein. Offline with his 3. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. It's stolen by Hartenstein. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards. It's tipped. Stolen by McDaniels. The Timberwolves another fast break chance here. To tie it up. Count it and the foul. That one on Dort.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
And how big was that? He is just so reliable, so confident at the free throw line.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives with a big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
Back to Edwards. Pass to Reed. There's the 3. Rebound by Williams.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Williams. Over in the corner, Dort. 5 to shoot. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Up top, Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder, just an all-around terrific basketball player.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. To halt the run. Here's Gobert. Pass to DiVincenzo. McDaniel sets a screen for DiVincenzo. Buries it from outside. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the tray. Stolen by Dort. No good there. So we see the Thunder get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final second.
How about teams like these who can really run their offense through their bigs?
BA, over the years, one of the things I've heard from coaches quite often is how effective a three-tool big man can be. When you can drive it, pass it, shoot it, score it, do all the things they can, it changes the geometry of the floor.
And to look at the starters for the Knicks. Brunson runs point. Anunoby slots in at the 2. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. And it's Robinson in at the 5. Count that bucket.
What a confident stroke from Jalen Brunson. This guy doesn't have to dominate with the ball in his hands.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Jacks up a 3. Hart pulls it in. And so it's Hart with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Fires in the triple. Brunson's got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Doris, it's hard to believe the Knicks title drought has gone on for over 50 years now.
Oh, that fan base is just dying for an opportunity to win the championship. And here's the thing, B.A., what I love about that fan base, through all the years where the Knicks struggled, on any given night, that building is as electric as any in the league. Oh, boy, 7 foot and athletic. That is spectacular by Mitchell Robinson.
Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Robinson. The Knicks have gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander touched it last. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, and he said when you watch film on Karl Anthony Towns, his size is impressive, but when you're actually standing next to him, he looks a whole lot bigger. And he knows how to use that size on the blocks and on the perimeter, which makes him an especially tough cover. Brian?
Appreciate the report, Allie. Here's Hartenstein, following the bucket by the Knicks.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Brunson with it, and it's Dort picking him up. Brunson passes to Hart. Towns a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot's good by Hart.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Releases. Hartenstein, no good.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Ooh, Williams with the block.
Williams getting his timing just right on the block. Defending with purpose.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Anunoby passes to Brunson. Unloads. With nobody on him, he buries that jumper. Brunson's got 7 points in the game.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Doris, OG Anunoby helped the Raptors so much on their title run in 2019.
Yeah, the hard part is he was never able to suit up for the NBA Finals. To get through the season and then have an injury at that point, heartbreaking for a player. But consider, he's the first UK-born player to win an NBA title, and that cannot be taken away. Well, you see the combination of Lou Dort at his best, makes the steal, gets in transition, and scores it.
Oh, they get a hand on it. And stolen by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander against Anunoby. Outside for Dort. Holmgren with a screen on Anunoby. No problems knocking that one down.
You can see the ball handling ability of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Moves with precision, creates opportunities in pick and roll action. That's nice.
Now here's Brunson. 7 points in the game. And a big finish by Robinson.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
And that one's good. Holmgren.
He does everything with intent. Holmgren not the quickest, but it's hard to get up and block his shot.
Here's Brunson. The Thunder pull it in.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Williams on the wing. Dort for 3. And another three for Oklahoma City.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions. But can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Dort against Anunoby. Towns a screen on Dort. Pulls up.
If you need to cool somebody off on the offensive end, put Mr. Dort on him. This guy's so disruptive.
Holmgren goes in. And the big finish by Holmgren.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Towns for three. That won't go for him. Now 0 for 2. On the take with 4 on the clock. And the big finish by Holmgren.
Just such a terrific dunker.
Man, born to fly, that's for sure. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. It's the Thunder, up 1. Man, some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Thunder.
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the...
Oh, big finish!
Oh, did you see that? Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Achua with the dunk.
If you're DeLon Wright, you've got to be willing to set your teammates up. What a pass, on time, on target.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Joe's got his first 3 points of the game.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Outside McBride. To the paint. And stolen by Williams. Joe with the ball. And McBride picks him up defensively. Now here's Joe. Outside for Mitchell. 4-3. And Wright with the defensive effort. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Joe misses. The Knicks with the lead. Here's McBride. Off the mark there with a 3. The Thunder have gotten nothing to go out of 5 attempts so far this quarter. Back to Joe. The kick out to Williams. Outside Joe. Just 5 on the clock. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Wright. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And the Knicks making a change here. Tucker's checked in.
Knicks substitution.
Right, pass to Tucker. Sinks it from distance. Tucker's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Joe. The Thunder with another miss. Knicks leading by 5. Pass to Tucker. Left side, McBride. Right outside.
Oklahoma City foul. Mitchell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a
2
problem.
minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
There's the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wright's got 4 points in the quarter. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Tucker with a screen on Mitchell. Right, the pass to Bridges. Over Mitchell. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Thunder trail by 4. Williams on the wing. Achua defending. Back to Mitchell. Fires the 3. Oh, the Thunder, another 3.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Wright finds Bridges. Wright against Mitchell. Here's McBride. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Thunder have gone 4 of 10 from the field in the second. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Bridges. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Guys, this young man does such a good job keeping his balance on the way up to the basket. Mikal Bridges solid at keeping his composure.
Well, when Mikal Bridges was drafted in 2018, his hometown team, the Philadelphia 76ers, elected to trade him after selecting him.
And B.A., he made no secret of the fact that that was a heartbreaking moment at the time. Consider that his mom actually worked in the Sixers front office in those days. But in the end, he has carved out one heck of a career.
6 on the shot clock. Takes a 3. He buries it from 3. McBride's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at it.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
Attention the center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Thunder trail by 3. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. That's the group from Mark Dagnall starting the second half. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And in transition, Holmgren has speed, but he also plays under control.
Anunoby a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Brunson passes to Hart. Outside Anunoby. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Knicks lead by 3.
I'll tell you, it's 6'8" with elite athleticism. Good luck checking OG Anunoby on the interior.
Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
B.A., it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
Here's Robinson. Out of bounds. Into the Oklahoma City's ball.
Oklahoma City ball.
Oklahoma City has got 7 of their 16 three-point attempts to go in. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. The 3 from Holmgren. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. And now a 3-point Oklahoma City lead. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daignault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hart. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside, Williams. Oh, stolen by Anunoby. It's Hart on the wing. Pass to Robinson. Towns looking for an opening. Knocks it down from distance.
Boy, what a pleasure to have a big man who can shoot the basketball like Towns. That's a pretty three.
Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Throws it up high. Holmgren powers it in off the lob.
And timing like this will serve Holmgren well. Leaping at the exact right moment for the alley-oop.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kickability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Outside, Williams. Back to Holmgren. Clock at 4. Outside, Williams. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Brunson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson so quick off his feet. Good night.
Robinson with the block. Gilgeous-Alexander against Brunson. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Anunoby. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
Well, you simply have to shake that one off, right? You can't let that kind of missed opportunity bother you.
Knocks down the long J.
A shot that Williams continues to work on. You love seeing these type of results.
Brunson against Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Towns. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Dort for 3. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a 3-point play here. Going to the line for 1. A line change here for Oklahoma City. New York shooting their 2nd attempt at the line tonight. Well, Doris, Chet Holmgren was one of the more highly touted guys coming into the league in a long time.
He was, BA, and he has lived up to the billing. At that size, to be able to shoot the ball, put it on the deck, be a force at the rim defensively. But maybe his best attribute, he is a tough competitor.
Pass to Mitchell. Let's go with a 3. Courtney grabs the board. Bridges outside. Here's Porty. And
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off.
And as we finish the third quarter, it's still close. Both teams trading buckets. It's the Thunder, up 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. Jalen Brunson is out there with Miles McBride. Then there's P.J. Tucker. Then there's Achua. And it's Bridges in at the small forward position. Achua passes to Bridges. McBride with it. Launches a 3. Williams grabs the board. On the wing, Mitchell, pounded by Wright. On the wing, Caruso, outside Joe. Back to Caruso. Achua with a rebound. New York trailing. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. And Mitchell with the slam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Bridges passes to Tucker. Can't cash it in from close range. Thunder leading by 3. Caruso, right side. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Williams passes to Mitchell. Money from the wing. And the Thunder lead by 5.
I'm not sure what he was thinking exactly, but he finds a way to convert.
Right with the ball. Guarded now by Williams. Outside McBride. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Pass to Joe. Caruso outside. From deep. Joe misses. Knicks trail by 5. Three-pointer, Bridges. Drops in the 3.
You've got to be aware and stay attached to Mikal Bridges beyond that arc. This guy dangerous as a shooter.
Right with a steal. To tie it up. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
A line change here for Oklahoma City. So New York going with almost an entirely new group here. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Achua. Josh Hart comes in for Bridges. Anunoby, he's checked in for McBride. And Brunson is subbed in for Wright.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Brunson assertive on the take. Pass to Hart. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
For the Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns is checked in for Tucker. Mikal Bridges comes in for Hart. And Wright subbed in for Brunson. And here's New York now. It's been 8 unanswered for them. Oh, a clear look for Anunoby. Second chance shot. Three-pointer. They get it again. The 3 is up. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist. And the Knicks lead by 6.
Don't give OG Anunoby too much space, boy. He will rise and fire in the catch-and-shoot game.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Right, pass to Towns. And the layup is good off the glass.
How about the timing? Could be the difference between an assist and a turnover. Nice delivery.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander connects from downtown.
SGA, that's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to you. Big-time clutch delivery.
Right, pass to Anunoby. Anunoby with another miss. Thunder trail by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Robinson.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Here's Towns. Out to Bridges. Pulls up, high post. The Thunder with the rebound. Got a piece of it. Robinson with a steal. Pass to Bridges. Right against Dort. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Gilgeous-Alexander with a rebound. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 5-point game. It's good from beyond the arc.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
And so the big win by New York in a tight game. Just a gutsy performance.
matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And now the New York Knicks starters. We've got Josh Hart. Anunoby out there with Wright. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Achua in at the power forward position. Wright sets a screen for Anunoby. Offline from the high post.
Well, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again. Try that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
And Wright kicks to Anunoby. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Now, I spoke to him about the plan for Karl Anthony Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. And expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So no doubt expectations will be high.
You know, confidence is a big part of success in the NBA, and when Hart is assertive like this, it helps him get going.
Here's Edwards, and the rejection by Towns. Here's Achua. Kept alive, poked away. The kick out to Towns. Achua with it, out defended by Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Another shot, and he sinks the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Knicks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Achua, it's Hart on the wing. Back to Achua, and stolen by DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. DiVincenzo with the screen on Wright. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
And another turnover here by New York. Minnesota in the lead. It's Edwards on the wing. Back to DiVincenzo. It's hauled in by Achua. New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Towns for 3. New York, no good that time either.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Exactly how you want to run the break. Great execution by Edwards.
Now, here's Achua. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on Anthony Edwards.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Nailed from three-point land.
Nice smooth three-point shot by Edwards there. Boy, he's got confidence from behind the arc.
Anthony Edwards is a classic two-guard. Clark, a spectacular player. What has impressed you most about his development?
Well, he's got a great body. He had it when he got into the league after just 1 year of college. Tremendous basketball body, strength and length and bounce. Now he's worked on refining his skill. I think the biggest thing that's impressed me is not only his work ethic, but his poise. He's not a guy that plays frantically. He plays with intentionality and purpose, and that's a tough thing to do when you've got his athletic ability and you're as young as he is.
And here's Edwards after OG Anunoby made that last three-pointer. McDaniels passes to Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Anunoby. Edwards with another miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Anunoby against DiVincenzo. Anunoby, good. Anunoby's got 7. And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. Inside. And Gobert with the basket on the assist from Randall.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher.
Yeah,
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. New York ahead. They're up by 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for New York.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I would like to highlight, too, guys, the excellent passing they've done early on. I mean, they've done a really good job putting the ball into the hands of guys ready to shoot it.
They've got Miller. Conley out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Reed. And it's Shannon in at the small. Forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
First team foul.
Here's Bridges. Out to Brunson. 5 on the clock. Back to Robinson. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Timberwolves trail by 4. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Driving to the basket. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
There's always a surprise, isn't there, Clark, in the offseason? Let's go back to 2022. That offseason, the Timberwolves going all in on Rudy Gobert.
Basically, Kevin, they traded 5 firsts plus a bunch of good players for Gobert. It was derided at the time, and I can understand why, but Rudy's defense has taken them to another level, and he's actually been a little better offensively than people thought he would be.
Offensive rebound, Miller. Second chance shot. It's good. This game is all even. Miller's got his first bucket in this one.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Brunson, hard finish inside.
Playing bigger than he looks. Brunson has a lot of heart.
Conley with the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Conley's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. For New York, they've gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. So there's a screen by Robinson. And that one's good. Brunson. And the Knicks lead by 1.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
Here's Conley out left of the wing. Here's Reed. Misses the 3. The Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the second quarter of basketball. Picked by Reed. Alexander Walker passes to Reed. Excellent D that time from Robinson. GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Brunson surveying the D. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And on the slam, Bridges using the vertical to finish strong before the D can contest.
Reed with a screen on Brunson. For three, Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
There's a screen by Robinson. To the paint. Out to Brunson. Brunson being aggressive.
And Brunson recognizes how to execute inside. The D must be more physical with it.
Conley, the pass to Reed. And the three off target. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Out to the right wing. McBride. And it's off from three-point range. Minnesota's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Got that one up quick. Conley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Stop and pop. Conley dangerous everywhere.
Kick by Bridges. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Brunson, that's a two-pointer. Reed with the rebound. Reed's got 4 rebounds in this game.
My goodness.
And he jams it with authority.
And Conley is just so unselfish. He's very willing to give the ball up if it means setting up a teammate. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Brunson.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look that he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. They've got OG Anunoby. Achua is out there with Towns. Then it's DeJuan Wright. And it's Hart in at the 3, the small forward. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin.
Whoa, a little extra right there from Edwards.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness, Anthony Edwards. Throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Hart kicks to Towns from outside the arc. Shot clock at 6. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. And the dunk by Towns.
And, you know, you got multiple options with this guy coming out of the screen. He can go pick and pop on you. He can go pick and roll. Towns can hurt you either way.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Oh, that's blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. DiVincenzo against Wright. Stolen by McDaniels. Pass to DiVincenzo. Over in the corner, Edwards. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Boy, how about the strength of Edwards? Confident at taking on defenders and finishing.
Here's Achua. Softly drops in the floater. Achua's got 8 points.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Edwards is rolling right now. If I'm his teammates, he's getting a rock every time.
Here's Wright. The kick out to Anunoby. One-on-one here. And here's DiVincenzo from the arc. Pass to Achua. Towns a screen on Gobert. Slammed home and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Julius Randle picks one up.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and then they may not have an answer for it.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
And Wright kicks to Achua. Back to Wright. We've got 1:23 left in the third. New York needs to get off a shot and finished off by Wright.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt here.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota. Reed with a screen on Brunson. Here's Conley. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. On defense, the Knicks. Trailing by 5. Conley, the pass to Alexander Walker. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. And he uses the glass on the lane. Brunson's got 10.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Shots good by Miller.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Brunson kicks it to Tucker. Back to Brunson. Some nice passing by New York here. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Tucker.
You know, when you're guarding Tucker, you've got to account for his jump shot. I mean, if you don't, he'll bite you.
Reed misses. Brunson against Conley. And he makes that one. Brunson's got 4 this quarter.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Reed with a screen for Conley. From the arc. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
And that is...
And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big... alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far with this 4th quarter, sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. You've got Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Conley. Then it's Miller, and it's Shannon in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
It's the decision-making and pace that make Conley so effective in running the pick and roll.
To the wing. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And it's a completely new lineup for Minnesota.
That is room service delivery from right there. What a sweet dime to create a high percentage shot.
Here's Randall, and Randall throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Right, the pass to Hart. And it's Wright missing.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Edwards looking it over. Pass to Gobert. Lock at 6. Edwards kicks to Randall. It's hauled in by Achua. Knicks trail by 5. And it's Towns penetrating. And Towns throws it down.
I think they want Towns to be a little more active like this, using his size and strength to score on the move.
And the shot is good.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Achua, the dunk by Achua.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Right against DiVincenzo. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Look at DiVincenzo going on the attack. Knows they need some points on this possession, and he delivered.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Sinks the three-pointer. Edwards got the lead up to 8 now for Minnesota. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Minnesota?
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Mitchell Robinson's checked in for New York. Bridges comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Wright with the ball for the New York Knicks. 7-point differential. That's good from Bridges on the assist by Wright.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Right against DiVincenzo. The kick out to Towns. Off target with his 3. Timberwolves leading by 4. Handle with the ball. Now guarded by Towns.
Big time delivery. Go Bear.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty and it's over.
New York's gotten off 4 three-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Bridges passes to Robinson. And he banks in the layup.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Edwards on the bounce. Randall dishes to McDaniels. Edwards against Anunoby. Edwards inside. The layup off target.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Good! And now they trail by just 4. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those are critical foul shots. Love to see him knock them down there.
Right, the pass to Anunoby. Towns for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Bridges with the steal. Three-pointer. Yep, it's good. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. Thank you, David. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one.
Here are the starters for Oklahoma City. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3. Dort for 3. Counted from distance.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. DiVincenzo finds Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
That's unblockable unless they can get a bigger man on him. Gotta learn your lesson.
Holmgren against Randall. Holmgren, the pass to Hartenstein. And he gets it to go.
And great awareness. Holmgren's so good at reading the movement of his teammates. A very heady passer for a big man.
Randall, a screen on Dort. Edwards against Dort. Outside Edwards. Clock at 6. Randall, a screen on Dort. Here's Edwards. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside. But fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Now here's Dort. And just around a minute and a half into this first quarter. A clear look for Hartenstein. Drills the baseline jumper.
I mean, what do you expect when you give him the clear look? That's just too easy.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that it's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
Gobert. Hartenstein pulls it in. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Holmgren against Edwards. No good from outside. The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 3 so far. And so the ball out of bounds. Gilgeous-Alexander tucks it last. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Chris Finch. I asked him specifically about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and what their defensive game plan is for him, and Coach said we have to be active, we have to keep him in front of us, and to try to limit his chances around the rim. Their offense really opens up when he's able to attack the basket, so let's see if the defense is up for the challenge. B.A.?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the score by Minnesota. Here's Holmgren.
Put that one-man show on Broadway.
That's one way to go with the alley-oop. Edwards with it. Guarded now by Williams. For 3. They get the rebound. Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
And you know he's tough on the glass. Easy money there for Gobert.
Here's Holmgren. Here's Hartenstein. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And here's Edwards outside. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
You know, after sitting out his first pro year due to a foot injury, Chet Holmgren was well worth the wait, Grant.
Yes, he was. And Chet was actually guarding LeBron during a summer Pro-Am game when he hurt his foot. But Chet was a monster his rookie year. Already an elite shot blocker.
Yeah, Randall's not passing that one up. Fantastic job at converting when he's got the kind of position like that.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
DiVincenzo, pass to Randall. Outside McDaniels. Beyond the arc. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by McDaniels. Edwards has got 7 points in the game. Pass to Holmgren. Hartenstein with it. Here's Holmgren. Randall with a steal. Minnesota. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
Impactful when Randall can get out wide and run like that in the fast break.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. Edwards looking it over. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to Minnesota. And so it's Minnesota with it. 6-point lead. Gobert finds Randall. 6 to shoot. Randall is screen on Dort. Here's Edwards, plenty of space, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 9 points in the game.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding? Anthony Edwards has been... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, great.
Oh, my goodness!
I did not know he could get up like that.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. It's good.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing.
He got it. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. Minnesota shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Brent, how much importance do you put on coaching at the pro level?
Well, B.A., it's huge, and I think the best coaches in the league are the best relationship builders. I mean, it's not about the tactics. Everybody's running the same plays and trying to take advantage of the same things. It really comes down to the connectivity between the coach and understanding each and every player you have on your team.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Stolen by Reed. And here's Conley. Inside. Ooh, nice shot by Miller. Miller's got his first points of the game.
They've been the more poised team tonight, and the score reflects that.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
To the middle. Here's Williams. Outside Joe. Pass to Caruso. Here's Mitchell.
That's the type of move that you see in a dunk contest.
Takes great confidence to alley-oop to yourself.
Sure does.
Minnesota leading by 9.
Fumble foul. Mitchell. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Reed to screen on Mitchell. Conley passes to Reed. And a miss there on the triple. Thunder trail by 9. Mitchell with the ball. He's picked up by Miller. The 15-footer. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's gotten his second bucket.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's Shannon. Oh, hey! How about that?
That's impressive.
Boom! He jams it straight down.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Oklahoma City shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. The Timberwolves lead by 7. Here's Reed. A slam dunk by Reed.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Mitchell, the pass to Williams. Mitchell against Conley. Mitchell. It's good on the putback. Mitchell's got 6.
Showing that rebounding isn't all about size. It's about will and effort.
Deflected. Now here's Alexander Walker. Tight defense on him. The shot by Conley. No good. Thunder trail by 7. Stolen by Reed. And that one's good from Conley.
A cagey score on the inside. Conley has the smarts and he has the skill.
Outside Joe. Conley against Mitchell. Now here's Joe. Not a lot of room. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Reed, a screen on Mitchell. Conley finds Reed. Off target from 3-point range.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Joe, the pass to Mitchell. Pass to Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. That one's good. Mitchell making the play. And it's now only a 5-point Timberwolves lead. Conley against Mitchell. Here's Reed driving to the basket. Out to the right wing. Here's Shannon. Nails it from beyond the arc. Shannon's got 7 points for the quarter.
Kind of like playing in a rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Caruso with the bucket.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Shannon. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful.
Oh, cock it back and throw it down.
Did not see that coming, and all of a sudden, that backboard shakes.
So nice.
Reed finds Conley. The 3. He can't hit that time. And so we've reached the end of the first half of play. It's Minnesota. They lead by 7. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Boy, you got to like what we're seeing from Anthony Edwards.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And Oklahoma City, looking at who they've got, some serious height in the middle. Holmgren, the 4, Hartenstein, the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. And over the last few years, SGA has emerged as an all-NBA level player, Brent. What's been the key to his success?
I think the key, BA, to him is his confidence. I think that he feels like he is overlooked on a nightly basis and does not get the respect he deserves. So he comes in with that chip on his shoulder, and he plays the entire game coming at any defense that people throw at him.
Minnesota leading by 7. Outside McDaniels. About a minute played here in the second half. And there's the screen. Edwards with it. Hartenstein covering. Getting it done inside. Edwards.
And the offensive firepower Edwards is capable of is special. I mean, we are seeing it on full display right now.
Gilgeous-Alexander no good. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Edwards. Oh, deflected. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holmgren.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
McDaniels passes to Edwards. Edwards driving, and Edwards slams it in.
The tenacity from Edwards. I mean, I love when he attacks the basket like that.
Up top, Holmgren. Williams a screen on Randall. The offensive rebound. Minnesota leading by 11. McDaniels a screen on Williams. Here's Edwards. Drops it in. And
they're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
here's Holmgren looking to win the run. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end, and they can't find a way to get the embers going.
Thunder trail by 16.
There aren't many 7-footers who can attack guys off the dribble as well as Holmgren. He'll make you pay if you're too aggressive.
It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. It's McDaniels on the wing. Knocks down the triple. McDaniels got his first 3 points of the game.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Holmgren, and that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren's got 4 this quarter.
A beautiful finish through contact. That's the dog in Holmgren.
Outside McDaniels, pass to Gobert. Back to Daniels. Now here's Edwards. The shot is off. Now 9 for 13 from the floor. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And it's a completely new group for the Timberwolves. Caruso, the pass to Mitchell. And Mitchell with the slam.
Incredible. It sometimes falls to the point guard to be the offensive catalyst.
Seems like he always knows when his squad needs a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
And Shannon gets it to go.
The strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. To the inside, Reed. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Down low. Caruso outside. And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
Reed for 3. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves liking their chances, ending the quarter with a 15-point lead. How about the way they've attacked the paint? This throwback approach is paying off. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Minnesota leading by 15 and is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Julius Randle out there with Naz Reid, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Randle, a screen on Mitchell. DiVincenzo finds Randle. The kick out to Edwards. 4 on the clock. Book it. And it's Randle with the assist. Edwards got 16 points here in the second half. And here's Caruso outside. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. McDaniels, that's good.
DiVincenzo being a connector out there now.
Thunder trail by 20. Mitchell with the ball. He lobs it up. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Thunder will retain possession. Caruso against Randall. Just 5 to shoot.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. McDaniels with it. Guarded now by Williams. From downtown. Again, the miss by Edwards. And the Thunder shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Joe misses. Minnesota leading by 18. Lets the three fly. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by DiVincenzo. Edwards has got 5 points now this quarter. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Left side, Edwards.
Oh, man. Oh, my. Edwards looking to demoralize the defense a little with that one.
And here's Caruso outside. Gets the three to fall.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
The basket, the bump, and the foul. What a play.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
So Oklahoma City ends up going with a new group.
Well, we know Edwards has an impressive skill set, but what really separates him is the competitive edge that he plays with. Oh, gritty defense, protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Back to Randall, and stolen by Hartenstein. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Holmgren finds Williams.
Don't judge Holmgren by his size. He does have a passing skill set, finding shooters and getting them the ball.
Reed for three. Gets the three ball to go.
And let's face it, when you're down this many points, you simply can't let them get that good of a look.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Puts it up. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Edwards with it. Hartenstein covering. Out to DiVincenzo. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the three-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. To the middle. Williams passes to Dort. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 6. Goes back up. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up again. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Timberwolves.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Anthony Edwards.
Now, this was a showcase night of his skills offensively.
I think he caught the defense napping. Those plays can be soul-crushing.
Lets it go from 14. Minnesota again missing. Oklahoma City has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. And Minnesota has possession. Here's McDaniels. He takes it in, and he jams it home with authority.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
It's Edwards on the wing. Dort with a steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Blows the alley-oop.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Pass to Reed. Now here's Edwards. He's covered by Holmgren. Daniels with a steal. And so it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence.